The ox, one of the most respected signs in the Chinese zodiac, is often revered for its strength, reliability, and endurance. However, beneath this steady exterior lies a surprising collection of quirks, strange behaviors, and unexpected personality traits that are rarely discussed. The ox may appear calm and slow-moving on the surface, but it harbors a few shocking and downright strange qualities that many people never suspect. Let's take a deeper dive into these hidden sides of the ox, grounded in Chinese symbolism, myth, and astrology. Stubborn to a fault, the ox is famous for its unyielding determination, but this trait can morph into a terrifying level of stubbornness. Once an ox sets its mind to something, changing its course is nearly impossible. This stubbornness is so extreme that it can be downright baffling. Friends, family, and co-workers often find themselves bewildered by the ox's refusal to adapt or compromise, no matter how logical or necessary a change might be. This bull-headed approach is deeply rooted in the ox's symbolic role in Chinese culture, where the ox is seen as the embodiment of labor and perseverance. In ancient times, farmers relied on oxen to plow the fields, trusting them to tirelessly break through hard soil. However, this same quality that made the ox a dependable work animal can also lead to emotional and mental rigidity. The ox doesn't just stick to a plan, it obsesses over it, even when it's clear that things aren't working. Secretly emotionally cold, for all the warmth and patience the ox shows outwardly, there's a secret coldness that can emerge, especially when emotions are involved. The ox is not the most expressive of signs. While they are deeply loyal, they tend to bottle up their feelings, creating a silent wall between themselves and others. This emotional detachment can be startling to those close to them, who might expect the ox to be as steady and nurturing emotionally as they are in other areas of life. However, the truth is that the ox often views emotions as a distraction from their goals. Their pragmatic nature leaves little room for emotional indulgence, and they can be shockingly blunt when dealing with matters of the heart. This trait connects to the ox's element in Chinese astrology Earth, which symbolizes practicality, solidity, and realism. The ox stands firmly on the ground, often unmoved by the emotional ups and downs swirling around it. Workaholic tendencies. To the extreme, it's no secret that the ox is one of the hardest working signs in the zodiac. But what isn't often discussed is just how extreme their workaholic tendencies can become. The ox has an almost obsessive need to be productive, and this can sometimes spiral into a toxic level of overwork. While others may enjoy rest and relaxation, the ox views downtime as wasted time. They can be so fixated on their tasks that they neglect their own well-being and relationships, driving themselves into exhaustion without realizing it. The ox's association with traditional Chinese agrarian life, where oxen toiled endlessly in the fields, further reinforces this relentless drive. The ox's sense of duty is so overpowering that they often struggle to recognize when enough is enough, pushing their physical and mental limits to dangerous extremes. Surprisingly conservative and judgmental. One of the more unexpected traits of the ox is their deeply conservative mindset. While they may seem calm and open-minded on the surface, oxen can be surprisingly judgmental of anything that deviates from their traditional values. This hidden conservatism manifests in their resistance to new ideas, unconventional lifestyles, or progressive changes. Oxen hold tightly to old customs, preferring the safety of familiarity over the uncertainty of innovation. Their reluctance to embrace change can lead them to quietly judge those who live differently or challenge societal norms. In Chinese mythology, the ox is closely associated with structure and order, representing the steady, reliable backbone of society. But this devotion to tradition can sometimes turn into a rigid worldview, where anything outside the norm is seen as suspect. Easily overwhelmed by social situations, despite their calm and grounded appearance, Oxen can be surprisingly uncomfortable in social settings. This trait often catches people off guard, as the ox gives the impression of being steady and unflappable. However, beneath the surface, they may be quietly overwhelmed by too much social interaction. Oxen prefer solitary or small, intimate environments where they can control the pace and tone of the interaction. Large, chaotic social settings can feel draining to them, and they may withdraw or become unusually quiet in such situations. This sensitivity is rarely discussed, but it's an integral part of the ox's personality. Their strong need for routine and control means that unexpected social dynamics can leave them feeling out of their element. Advice for the ox. To the ox, embracing flexibility is key. The natural strengths of persistence and reliability what make this sign so revered, but they can also be their downfall when taken to the extreme. Oxen should work on recognizing when their stubbornness is causing harm and learn the value of compromise. Emotionally, it's important for the ox to open up more to those around them, allowing themselves to be vulnerable instead of hiding behind their practicality. Overwork is a serious concern. Oxen must learn to prioritize self-care and understand that rest is not a sign of weakness, but a vital part of maintaining long-term productivity. The ox's deep commitment to tradition is admirable, but it's also important to remain open to new perspectives. By balancing their conservative tendencies with an openness to change, oxen can avoid becoming stuck in outdated mindsets. Finally, while social situations may not be their natural habitat, oxen can benefit from stepping outside their comfort zones now and then, learning to relax and enjoy human connection without feeling overwhelmed. In conclusion, while the ox may seem like a pillar of strength and reliability, it also hides a host of strange, unexpected, and even shocking traits. From extreme stubbornness to emotional coldness, the ox is a far more complex sign than it initially appears. For those born under this sign, understanding and embracing these hidden aspects of their personality is the key to living a more balanced and fulfilling life.